Welcome everybody to Sunshine House. It's X week here at Sunshine House. We'll be talking about our friend Fox. We're going to talk about boxes. We're going to talk about road construction or construction in general. Bridges, roads, tunnels. It's going to be a very active week here. Let's do our jingle. X says as in fox. My pretty tail is like your locks. It's a good opportunity to talk about a vocabulary word. What is locks? So we all have locks, right? Some of our locks are short, some of us are long, some of us are curly, some straight, blonde or yellow, black, brown, brunette, all those key words. So lots of great language about curly locks.
Okay, as you know, not everything is done inside. We're going to be taking the children outdoors, and we're talking about tunnels. And we have a big old great sandbox out here, and we'll let the children use their imagination in building big tunnels and putting water through them, making bridges, and making the cars go over the bridge, and lots of ideas that the kids will bring up, and just letting that imagination run wild. Also, we have we're talking about construction. And just different machinery that is used for construction, such as what we take to carry rocks or move sand, or the machine that climbs to help people bring things up way up high when they're making a big building. And also, it is a matching game. So
okay, I see excavator, bobcat, dump truck. So some of them are familiar, some of them not so.
And not all the kids, know this machine, so it's a good way of letting them see how they look.
Yeah. So for circle, we're going to be doing chalk talk. What it is I'll get I'll get a marker on a piece of paper, and we'll be doing Roxie the Fox. And as I start reading to them what foxes are and what they look like, I'll start with I have pointed ears and a pointed nose, and I'll kind of keep going. And as I'm reading to them what foxes look like, at the end of the story, they'll actually have Roxie the Fox. And we'll leave the paper out for them to decorate and color. They might draw another animal in the background, or maybe the fox has, a mouse friend or something. They'll get creative and they'll draw on the fox, which is really fun for them. Another activity we're doing is our X cards. All right, ladies, what are they? They have an X in them.
Fox, axe, box, 6, ox.
Ox, yes, it's very fun for them to learn. Not a lot of children know what oxes are, so
they'll hear the X sound in all of those words.
And it's a new animal for them, so they'll really get interested. A fun book for them this week will be The Fox in the Dark. It's about another fox, which is a really fun book.
Pretty pictures.
Lots of color in the pictures. They'll learn new words like rat-a-tat-tat, new sounds to them. What the fox sees. How big he is compared to his friends. Moms and babies with them. So it's a really fun book for foxes and children.
For our other circle time, we will be using our ball to do the ball name game with our children. So we'll be rolling the ball to the children. They say their name, and then they roll it back to me. And we'll do that game with the children at the beginning of our circle time. It's for Bridges, Roads, and Tunnels Day. We're going to be using our own tunnel at Sunshine House, and we're going to bring this out, and we're going to have the children pretend to go through a real tunnel at Sunshine House. So like under bridges, or where do we see tunnels at? When you're driving by, this is how it seems when you're driving through a tunnel. So we're going to pretend to do that, crawling through tunnels. We're going to also have a book that's called I Love You, Little One. And this is for our younger children, and it's one of our hard books about it, and animals, and about how love is important with children and adults, and also animals. So it talks about how other animals love each other, and how caring is very important to show for children too. So there you go.
Very nice circle.
Another great circle that we have planned this week has to do with the baby animal stories. We have these for every one of our puppets, so your child's probably used to hearing about them. They could probably tell you about it. So this week, of course, we're going to read about the baby fox. And what's great for them is it introduces them to lots of vocabulary, like they talk about how foxes live in dens, and things that foxes do, like hunt and things like that. So it talks about how the mom and dad hunt for the pups, which is another thing that they call the babies, and until they can hunt for themselves. So it's just fun for them to learn about some of the vocabulary of a fox and the life of a fox.
What the real life of a fox is and how they
And the books
live.
are helpful too because they promote listening skills, because at the end there's a few questions
Yeah.
and you want the children to understand
Yeah.
what
What
you're
they just
reading
heard.
and what they took from it.
Definitely.
And answer the questions.
Yeah, it's
So-
good to ask some questions and see what they actually picked up from it. And then something really cool that we're doing is a yoga fox. And so I'm going to have the children, I'm going to read out these kind of different directions that involve movements. And it kind of starts up with them curled up on the ground in a ball, like a fox would be curled up sleeping. So they'll mimic that movement. And then they open their eyes and lift their head. And it goes all the way to their walking, which will be on their hands and knees. And then also walking over to other foxes, and then doing nods and sniffs and yips and nuzzles. So a lot of specific vocabulary that maybe they've not heard before, but are things that foxes actually do. And so not only are they learning new vocabulary, but they're stretching out their bodies and they're using full body movement, which is really awesome. It's not just one part of their body. So I think that they'll really enjoy it this week. And then we're also going to read a story, A Isn't for Fox. And this is actually an alphabet book. And so it's really great because it's another way for them to hear the alphabet and learn the alphabet besides the alphabet song. So it talks about each letter and some cute little saying, like M is for a moose in a red checkered hat. So they'll hear the letter and then they'll also hear an animal or something that starts with the letter, like M for moose, and then something silly that will help them remember it. So I think that they'll really enjoy hearing the alphabet in this book. And that's it for my circle.
Sounds like it'll be fun. And for art, since we are talking about building and we're talking about roads and tunnels and things like that, we need your guys' help, the parents out there. If you